Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. We are finally out of the 3-digit heat here in Arkansas. The only catch is in Arkansas, if it gets cooler, that means rain. So it is supposed to rain. But with the cooler temperatures, I thought I would get out of the house and go camping. I recently bought a soft topper, so I put that on my truck and I built me a little cot back there. So we're gonna go camp tonight at a place called Upper Brock Creek Campground, which is in the Ozark National Forrest. And tonight I'm gonna cook up a little meal, try something new. This will be my first time camping in the soft topper, so I'm gonna bring you guys along with me to try it out, and we'll see how it goes. So when we get there, I'll turn the camera back on and take you on a tour of my setup. See you guys in a little bit. We've made it to the Ozark National Forest, and we don't have much further to go. This is my first time coming to this camp area, so I don't know what to expect. We'll see if it may be full. If it's full, we may go on to another place called Sam's Throne, which I've been before. But we'll see when we get there. And we shouldn't have much further to go. I'm at Brock Creek Campground, but I'm not so sure this is where I was supposed to be. I don't see the campground or what the pictures showed. This may be a different place than what I was looking for, so I don't know. I don't have cell service up here, so I can't tell if I'm in the right location or not. This really doesn't look like where I'm supposed to be, so we're either gonna have to make camp here, or I'm gonna have to drive back out until I get cell service. Where I'm supposed to be going, they have vaulted toilets and all that, and this place doesn't look like it's gonna have any of that. Right now we're on top of an earth dam. Okay, I found the campsite, and actually it wasn't on camera, but it was it was the first road I turned down. I ended up backing up coming out. I should have went all the way down to begin with. So before we go set up camp, I had to park my truck. I'm going to explore a little bit, and we're going to drive down to the actual creek and check it out, and which is down on the water's edge, and then we'll go back up and set the camp. Right now I'm the only one that's going to be there. I mean, somebody may come in later, but it looks like right now we'll have to park the whole campground to ourselves. So right now we'll go down and check out the water, check out the creek and that little damned area up there. Now here's the creek we're going through, and as you can see, it's dry, unfortunately. Well, we're going to turn around and head back to the campsite. You see the deer off running. I said before, we found the campsite, so getting ready to pull into it, and we'll have to pick us out one. I was here earlier, there wasn't nobody here, so maybe that's still the same situation. So we should have plenty to pick from. Still nobody here. Before I pick my site, I'm gonna make sure that restroom is unlocked. Well, I figure I'd take you walk around the campsite. I'm still the only one here. I'm still working on getting things set up. I rigged a tarp over my topper. I should have showed you my topper before I did that. But anyway, pretty soon I'll be fixing supper. It's a pretty neat little chair. It's called a Quest, and I got it at Dick's Sporting Goods, and it folds up, and it's kind of like it's a rocking chair. I had to show it to you sometimes, but it folds up and packs up real neat. And I bought me a little generator, and pretty soon when I get it set up, I'll show it to you. I built a little door in the back to go on this, and I've got a little air conditioner that'll go back here. And it may be too dark for you to see. Later on tonight, I'll light it up and show you the back of this. Where I'll be sleeping tonight. But right now I just want to kind of show you where I am, and that I'm all alone out here in the woods. It ain't so bad right now, but I'm sure tonight it's gonna be kind of spooky. This be the first time I've been out alone by myself, out like this, out in the middle of the woods. Last time it was me and my wife out by ourselves in the National Forest, but still it's different when you're by yourself. That Brock Creek, they have it, that dam we drove over earlier, this campsite is above that. And you can see I guess a little reservoir down below that they've got. Now I'm not going to hike down all the way down there, but you can see the water. You should be able to see the water, and then the road right there that's the top of that dam that I drove on earlier. And then the trail, that's a pretty decent trail. Keeps going that way. You should be able to see the water pretty good right there. But if I was with somebody, I would hike that trail, but I'm here by myself. I'm not gonna venture away from my campsite. Story about the soft topper. I wanted to get a hard top. My wife didn't want one. Said they're too expensive, so we compromised. I told her I would try out the soft topper for a little while. We'll do that, see how it works out. I think I will eventually get the hard topper, and I'd like to get the high rise. More room in it, more headroom. And well, like I said, we'll see how this turns out. And like I told you before, as soon as I bought that thing, it's been triple digits here in Arkansas. Over, here lately, 104, 105 degrees. It's just too hot, even with that air conditioner. So hopefully, and we've been in I think the 80s and 90s today. It's supposed to get down in the 70s, but it's still humid. It's real humid right now. But tonight it'll be in the 70s. So hopefully the air conditioner with it being 70, it's humid, hopefully it'll stay cool in there. And we're supposed to get rain. I'm hoping we don't get a lot of wind, because I don't have confidence that my job in that tarp's going to stay up. I'm not one of these experienced outdoorsmen that knows how to tie knots, and I like watching. There's a guy on YouTube, the Outdoor Gear Review. That joker, he can do wonders with tarps. I am nowhere near as experienced as he is. Wouldn't even claim to be. Anyway, this is Upper Brock Creek Campground. It's in Arkansas. It's run by the National Forest Service. Primitive. There's no water, electric, sewer hookups. They strictly have just picnic tables and fire rings. They have the they call the vaulted toilet, which is the toilet with the with a big opening down below it, where you can holler down in it and echo. You wouldn't want to fall in it. I heard a story a long time ago. I don't know if it's true or not. A guy looked down there, somebody dropped $100 bill in one, and he tried to reach down there and get it, and he fell in it and got stuck in there. I don't know if that's true or not. That's gross. But I don't think I'd want a $100 bill that bad. I started to park in this site, which is, I don't know, it looks okay, but backed up to them woods, and I just thought when it got dark it might get kind of spooky. It just, I don't know, even during the day it looks kind of spooky to me, so I just thought, well, it didn't look near spooky over there where I'm at, so I don't know. I don't know where you're gonna be out here, it's gonna be spooky at night, but that just back behind there, I figured during the day it looks spooky, it's sure gonna look spooky at night. But these looks like they're pretty nice campsites. I mean, they got them cleaned up and they're, pretty nice. I kind of figured through the week and with the heat and all that, there probably wouldn't be anybody down here. But I do hear this place is popular, and it gets a lot of traffic through here. It is very, very popular with the ATVs and the four-wheelers and stuff, side-by-sides and all that. There's a lot of trails and stuff, especially when it does get some rain and mud, and a lot of them, they like to come down here and ride those trails. Some of earlier in my video where you saw where I was down in the bottoms, it was dry, but it gets muddy, and I could see there was trails all in there, and I imagine a lot of them come stay up in here and go down there and ride. And these over here, these are nice, but I just want to get close to the bathroom, so I figure I'm on one here and I got my picks. Why not get close as I can in case I need to go? Took me forever to get that tarp set up, so I'm gonna finish setting everything up, and like I said, I'm gonna fix supper tonight. I'm gonna let you guys watch that, and then get my setup on the inside, get my air conditioner set up, and then we'll probably go out my laptop, probably watch a movie, and settle in for the night. So I get all that set up, and be back with you shortly. I forgot to hit record, obviously. I chopped up some onions. Sorry you didn't get to see that. I used my Camilla's knife to do that with. I thought I was recording, I didn't, so I just wanted to tell you about that. I want to see that. So I'm preparing a meal out here in the wild. So anyway, there's my onions. Set that aside for prepare for the rest of it. Smell of me, I just purchased it. We're gonna try it out. It's kind of a little mess kit. time using this. I've already put the canister in it. There we go. A little butter. This came with the Malamy, little bamboo stir spoon. And we got some hog sausage. We're gonna try it. Down just a little. I'll wash my hands real quick. I think we're about out of gas. Well, luckily I've got another stove. Don't have another gas canister for this one, unfortunately. Thank goodness. I got a backup. Be right back. A lot of people have that jet boil. I think it's over $100. This was like $65, and it's never used it, but from what I hear, it's supposed to be just as good. Of course, we're not going to use the pot part of it, but. Okay, that looks done. And we're going. Now, this is going to be something a little different. Got Margaret Holmes red beans and rice. So we're going to throw that in with this and we're going to try it out. I've never tried it. So we're going to see if it's any good. Put this in here first. Put that in there. And got that in there and mix that up. There. Yeah, this stuff here, I'm gonna turn it on down. It's like a jet boil, like I said. It boils it on up. Now that stuff in that can's already seasoned. But I got a multi-purpose thing here, so we might add a little pepper. Okay, we're gonna let that simmer for a little bit. That shouldn't take long. Well, it's time to try it out. Let's see how good it is. It's a lot of food, or more than I can eat. Bought this thing is called Outdoor Edge Chow Pow. I've looked for one of these for a while, but it's got a spoon, fork, knife combo. I thought it was pretty neat. You could eat it like this if you wanted to, but I don't want to wash all that, so I'm going to try to take it apart. Before it comes off. All right. Hold on before we dig in. Let's get something to drink. Also, I'll grab some water. I did bring some pita bread. I bought this at Sam's Club, and I'm gonna tell you, back when I was in the Navy, I had some overseas, and I hadn't had any since then, and this stuff's good. So it ought to be good with this. So we're gonna try it out and see. That's good. Yeah, it's definitely made enough for two. I'm probably not gonna be able to finish it. And probably good thing I picked a place that's got a restroom. As my kids would say, TMI. Tell you funny, I did all this cooking, and then my wife brings me, I asked for some trash bags, and she gives me these scented bags, so let's just hope we don't have any bears visit tonight. Well, y'all, quick update. It's 6:30 p.m. and still the only one here. I finished supper. I moved over to here and I did dishes, cleaned up my dirty dishes, saved y'all the boredom of watching me do that. I heard a guy on a four-wheeler go by around that dam down below earlier, but he didn't come up in here, and heard some dogs in the distance. Earlier when I got here, not in the campsite, but I did see some deer, but so far that's all I've seen. Still nice and quiet and peaceful. Hopefully it'll be a quiet and peaceful night tonight. I'm hoping. Hopefully it won't get too scary. Hopefully it won't do no bears, and I'm hoping nobody rowdy, no mountain men or nothing to come up on me. I'm not too worried about that. You'll hear them horror stories about the hillbillies and stuff, but I will tell y'all a story, and this is a true story. Me and my son-in-law, about 2019, right before the pandemic hit, we decided we were going to ride our motorcycles and ride the Trans-American Trail, a small portion of it here in Arkansas. And we rode it in February. It was dumb, but we did it. And it was cold, real cold. And we rode it from near Beebe, Arkansas, and we rode to Hector, Arkansas. And we stopped in a store, and them people couldn't believe it. They said, "Man, I can't believe y'all riding that." They said it's so frozen up in those mountains. There's ice in the trees, and they didn't think we was gonna make it. So anyway, we headed on, and we got way up in the Ozark Mountains, not far from where I am right now. And we, not in a campsite like this either. We were just out in the middle of nowhere, and we pulled our motorcycles out in the woods, and we hammock camped. And which, yeah, we like to froze, there's no doubt about it. But anyway, we had 3 hammocks, and we set these hammocks up, and we had a 4th hammock, and we put our gear in that 4th hammock and covered it with a tarp. And we each had our hammocks and tarp over us. And we're sleeping, and I heard some rustling going on. And I listened, and I promise you, I heard something, and it sounded like 2 guys were talking. And it said, "It looks like they're camping." That's what one said to the other. So I eased out of my hammock, and I had my pistol with me. Well, when I got out, and it was, of course, the middle of the night, we're talking, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, middle of winter, and it was this real dense fog. You couldn't see anything. And so I kind of eased around the campsite, and I didn't see anything. And I went to our motorcycles. I didn't see anything. Anyway, I got back in my hammock, so I'm wondering, did I actually hear that? Well, the next morning, I talked to my son-in-law, and my son said he actually heard something rustling too. And what we believe is 2 guys come into our camp early in that morning and was over in the hammock where the gear was and messing with that gear. So in February, and it was probably down in the 20s, and it was freezing cold. And what 2 guys were doing out in the middle of the woods at 2:30 in the morning. Of course, I mean, what we were doing out there at 2:30 in the morning. But yeah, It made me question what I was hearing, but obviously they were there because he heard something too. So anyway, that's a true story. So hopefully I don't hear nothing like that tonight. Of course, this is July, so it wouldn't be uncommon for somebody to be out in the middle of the night here. But anyway, and I'm in a campsite, so I mean, somebody could possibly come here. But anyway, let's hope there's no horror stories tonight. Well, y'all, I tried. Air conditioner quit working, and I'm sorry. Even though it's a little cooler, the humidity is still like almost 100%, and it's just way too humid. Without that air conditioner, it's not going to work. The compressor was still running. It was running fine. The air conditioner just wouldn't run. And I think it's one of those Walmart specials, so I'm going to have to break down and get another air conditioner, something more reliable if I'm going to continue to do this, or wait till it gets cooler. So sorry this didn't work out. I was sure looking forward to it. So maybe next time. Sorry about that. Now if we can find our way out of here, because I don't have cell service, so GPS, so I might have to, hopefully I can remember how to get out of here. So that may be another adventure in and of itself. So see you guys later.